Hi everyone, welcome to Sunshine Life. My name is Lisa Powell and thanks for watching. Today I'd like to give you just a few tips on how to prepare your home for sale. Whether you are selling by owner or whether you are selling through a realtor, these tips are simple and yet affordable. The first thing I could recommend is make a good first impression. And what I mean by that is from the moment the potential buyer walks up your front walkway, put your best foot forward. Make sure that the sidewalk is free from, toys or garden tools, things like that. If you have to do a little pressure washing, that'll help as well. You may need to add some fresh mulch to the flower beds and maybe some fresh flowers too. Once they enter the front door, you want to make sure that it is free from any types of spider webs or even wasp nests, things like that. A lot of times, if you're like me, a lot of times I use my garage door for coming and going out of my home, and I don't always see what's up front. So take a good look and see what you've got going on up there. While we're on the subject of the front entrance, I would suggest putting a fresh coat of paint on your door. It's amazing how a fresh coat of paint will really spruce up the front entrance and really make it pop. Whether you want to do a contrasting color to the main body of the home or whether you want to do something that's a little bit more neutral and blends with the home, that's obviously something that you'll have to decide once you look at your colors and your color scheme. The next thing I would suggest is check for any odors. We live in the home. We don't always know that they're there. Whether there's any smokers in the home or if you have pet odors, things like that. We get used to it and we don't know. A lot of times if I've cooked something exotic the night before, I don't know it until I've left the house and come back and I'm like, oh, I could still smell dinner. So if you have a scheduled showing, you might want to open the windows 5 to 10 minutes prior to showing your home. If you don't have that type of time to do that, you may want to do an air freshener. Now, I would also definitely caution you on using air fresheners that are heavy or have that chemically smell, because that's only going to let the buyers know that you're trying to cover something up. So I would do something that's a little bit more subtle, or better yet, if you have the time and you're able to bake a batch of cookies or that homemade apple pie, that also helps. But I will suggest if you decide to do that, you might want to leave a couple of those cookies out for your guests to enjoy as well, because they'll probably be looking for them. The next thing is declutter, and many people don't understand how important this is, but let me explain why. We love our homes. We live in our homes. We have collections of things that we might collect from vacations, things like that. We have our family portraits up on our walls, and that's great. It means a lot to us, and it does make our home more homey. But for the potential buyer, we want to create the illusion that this is already their home. We want to also give them the opportunity to maybe visualize their furniture in the home or their family portraits on the walls. So if that means depersonalizing it a little bit, then that's probably the best idea. If we have a lot of large furniture in our home, we might want to consider moving some of those pieces out to give the rooms a larger appearance. Again, the more walk space that we have in our home is going to create that illusion of larger space for our potential buyers. Declutter the cabinets and the closets. Also the countertops. We have a lot of appliances these days, and those appliances definitely make our homes and our mornings easier, more efficient. It makes our lives easier. But having too many of those appliances on our countertops makes the kitchen more cluttered. So you might want to start packing some of those away too. closet space. This is a big point for our potential buyers. We want to have as much closet space as possible. So if we do have clothes that might be for a little bit cooler climate and it happens to be summer out, you might want to pack some of those away as well. There's nothing that says not enough space as closets that are packed full of items. Cabinets, like I mentioned, again, the more open space that we have, the better off we'll be. So nice open counter spaces, open cabinets, things like that. If you have any small items to repair, this is a good time to do it as well. Getting back to those cabinets, if you have any loose handles or loose doorknobs on the doors, torn screens, carpet that might need to be cleaned or even spot cleaned is going to be very important. While you're at it, this is a great time to make sure that your light bulbs aren't burnt out. And you might also want to up that wattage a little bit. The more light we have in a home also is a great time to show the home. It's a great way to portray that your home is light, bright, and airy. Do you know that researchers say that if you have clean windows, it will let in 30% more light? Might be a good time to clean those windows. So, along with cleaning things up, decluttering, possibly depersonalizing a little bit, you may want to consider doing those things that we tend to put off. In other words, dusting the baseboards, making sure that the light fixtures hanging from the ceilings are also dusted. I don't know how many times it's happened to me where I'll go through my home, I'll clean everything, in preparation for perhaps visitors or holidays. I'll sit down to a big holiday meal, I'll look up and I'll see a cobweb. Nothing more embarrassing. Maybe other people don't notice it, but I do. While you're at it, make sure that the air vents to your AC unit and the ceilings are cleaned as well. There's a lot of dust that blows through those vents from time to time, especially if you have pets. So take a look up and make sure that those are cleaned off too. When you're selling your home, take great photos. It might be time to consider hiring a professional. They'll be able to get the lighting correct. If not, definitely educate yourself on lighting up your home. Make sure that the blinds are open, the windows are nice and clean, that the lights are turned on. There's nothing worse than viewing homes online, and of course we all do shopping online, where the rooms are so dark and the photos are so dark that you can't really even see what the room is like. So definitely take the time to light it up. Once you get those photos taken, I would suggest putting together a flyer of your home. Maybe take 3 or 4 of your best images and your highlighted items of your home and put them on a 1-page or possibly even a 2-page, front and back flyer with the address and your information, so that your potential buyer has something that they could actually take home with them. It's going to keep your home at the top of their list, as well give them the reminders of what your home is like, because most buyers are going to shop more than just one listing at a time. So you definitely want to make sure that there's no confusion, that they're not confusing your home with another home. So I hope these tips were helpful for you. If you would like additional information, please reach out to me. You could find me and like me on Facebook. You can follow me on Instagram, and you could also subscribe to my YouTube channel. I look forward to speaking with you again and giving you some more tips. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.